Dr. Pinesett, the pre-med productivity expert here, bringing you a quote from one of my favorite authors, Napoleon Hill. And the quote today is, "Every failure brings with it the seed of an equivalent success." And this quote is by Napoleon Hill, like I said, and I think it's an awesome quote because, I mean, so many of his quotes just bring so many themes together. I can say so much about them. This one in particular is that a lot of people don't understand that failure is the key to success. And if you are always shying away from failure and struggle and strife, then you're not going to be very successful. Because what struggle means is that you are pushing yourself. You're working at the extremes and the boundaries of your skill level, of your knowledge base. And it means you're expanding your sphere. Right? If you're always comfortable in everything you do and you don't have any setbacks and it's easily just like going along, then you're not challenging yourself, right? It's like working out. You know, when you go to the gym, you see the person who's sitting there with their cell phone, not sweating, they got their half drank in Starbucks. Is that a word, drinking, drunken? They're half a cup of Starbucks at the gym, right? And they're not really working out, they're not sweating, and you look at them and you're like, how do you ever expect to get in good shape? I mean, in my case, I'm at the gym, you know, pretty early, so there's people in there who work out all the time. But I'll see people, they're there every single day. And I don't work out every day, but every time I'm there, they're there, which means they're there every day. And these people are not in good shape. And I'm like, if I was working out every day, I'd be in really good shape. But then when I watch their workout, I see that everything's easy. Everything's like it's lazy and leisurely. And, oh, we're going to stop and have a sip of water. And, oh, I'm going to pat my head even though I'm not sweating yet. And we're going to talk about whatever, you know. That's not how you get big. That's not how you get cut. That's not how it works. And it's the same way with your studying and with your pre-med. If you're not working hard, if you're not sweating, if you're not exhausted, you're not working. You're not working and you're not going to get the result. You have to understand that struggle is the key. If you're going through problem sets, if you're reading and you're not puzzled, if you're not having to look things up, then you're not reading right. You're not being active in your studying. You're not going through the questions properly. You're not reading through the right questions. Right? You don't want to, if you know every question you're going through, that means that you're beyond that material. You should be struggling, right? And the practical example we all know is in math class, right? You're taking calculus or whatever math, and when you first start doing those math problems, they're gibberish. They're a foreign language to you, and you can't get a single one right. But then you keep working at them, right? You keep working at them, you keep working at them, and then pretty soon you get an answer, and you're like, oh, and everything just clicks in that moment. Right? But without the 1,000 problems you did, you would have never gotten there. And that's what life is like. That's what studying is like, is you have to go through that struggle, through that failure. And every one of those failures is going to bring with it opportunity. You're going to get there. But you have to be willing to push yourself and go through those failures to be able to get to success. The other thing I'll say about that is that I mentioned that failure is pushing your boundaries and reaching the ends of your the limits of your abilities. And the part about failure being the seed of opportunity is so true, because oftentimes things get, right, it's like it gets the darkest before the storm, whoever said that quote, but things get the hardest at like bottlenecks in life. And it's hard to explain. The example is the bottlenecks in academics. So you're in high school, right, and it's going smoothly, and then you get to the end of high school and then people are applying to college. So it's this bottleneck, right? And there's struggle there. You have the SAT, you have to put your application together, and you may or may not get in there, struggle. And that's where a lot of people fall off, right? You get into college, everyone does fine in the introductory classes where they've already taken AP classes and everything's okay, and then you move to the higher levels, and then it's struggle, and that's the bottleneck. But what happens is if you get to that bottleneck and you burst through, then bam, that's the opportunity, that's the success. You're in medical school, you're in college, you're doing well, all these things. So you have to just push through whatever that struggle is, because success is right around the corner, right around it. So don't shy away from doing things you're uncomfortable with. Seek out uncomfortable things. I mean, I try to every day ask someone something I don't know. And I carry around little notebooks with me, and I'm gonna grab one. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'll show you right now. All right. So I carry around little notebooks like this with me all the time. And if I can see in here, I don't know if you can see all that, but it's a bunch of just random thoughts that I just jot down throughout the day. Just jot down stuff, see what's happening. And every day I write down facts. And so a lot of these are just facts or thoughts I have, and I'll just write them down. And then later on at the end of my day, I'll go back through my notebook and see what I wrote down. And if there's a fact that I wrote down, it's like, oh, I want to learn more about that. I'll go read more about it because I don't know what it was, right? Or if I have a thought about something, someone talks about something that I think is really cool, then I'll write that down and I'll go explore more about it. And I'll write something about it. And that's how you expand yourself and grow. So try that, try to go out today and just learn one new thing, right? Or what I mean by that is if there's something you've been struggling with, or if there's something you struggle with today, someone mentions something and you don't know if they say a word and you don't know what it means, ask them or look it up, right? That struggle is going to be your growth and your opportunity. So take that, work with it, let me know how it goes. Contact me, you know where I'm at, social media, the Med Productivity Expert on Facebook. Reach out. Have a great day.